Good evening, folks. How's it going? My apologies for starting late. I am actually exceptionally tired right now. I had to get something to wake myself up, and I don't know how long that's gonna last. So I might need to cut the stream off a little early and like take a nap or something. But for now, gonna relax and get back into Genshin. We don't really have anything to do in the game right now. The story's over. I'm not exploring anything. There's no in-game mode that's active right now that I care to do. So I'm working back on trying to chew 100%, and it's taking forever. Chill stream time. I don't want it to be too chill because I'm gonna inevitably fall asleep, but I will do my best. What I'm doing, first of all, going back this way because that's where I put the marker on my map. I'm still working at trying to figure out where I'm missing stuff in Fontaine, and I know it's one treasure chest and anywhere between 1 and 3 more boxes. There's a lot of space to cover though, so this is gonna take a while, but I figure if I'm looking for a chill activity, just swimming around underwater looking for a couple of items sounds like a reasonably chill one. So that said, that was already the first of a couple of areas I was looking for. Kind of just crossing locations I've already been to. There's a bunch out here. I should... Oh, I'm in combat? Really? Okay, let me just leave. I feel like the music is even chiller than that. Well, not right now because I'm in combat, but the music that normally plays out here is, you know what, it's comparable to Dire Docks in terms of chill quality level. That's not a thing I've ever thought about before now, chill quality level, but it hits that vibe pretty well. I'm probably close enough now. I think the one I was looking for was here. Yeah, I had that already. Now there were a whole bunch in this sort of area just north of this teleport, but I'm not sure the height level for my compass to trigger, if I'm like too high up here or not. Well, ghost ship. That was an interesting plot line to follow back in the day. I guess I'll just sort of swim around the area and keep popping it as I go lower and lower. I'm definitely not getting any bites right now. Which probably means nothing at this point. I think over here is perhaps too far. Let's keep going. At least to this corner. We are too far now. That's like out of range. Okay. Let me come back up here, I think. And just go directly north now. This is a big area to search, admittedly. Also, I should probably, on my map here, can I activate the underwater version of the map? Filter by layer. Only underground pins. How does that look? Why did it throw me in Sumeru? The interactive map is very shady. Let me scroll up. Okay, that helps a little bit. Based on that positioning, I think I'm in between these. Okay. You know what? While I'm here, actually, let me just start marking some stuff off. That'll be easier on this view to take a look at what I'm missing. let's do the usual and just sort of get a gist of the direction I need to go in. It's like one here. Once again, though, I'm just going to sort of go in these directions and then pop my compass and not spend a whole lot of time trying to manually look. I feel like this one is probably inside, but let's look. Well, the compass would have popped if it was out here. But I could physically go inside really quickly. There's definitely nothing to pick up in here. Forgot you could just come in here and play music. Change it between multiple potential Fontaine soundtrack songs. Okay. Let's keep going in this direction, then we'll head north. I feel like that might be, or it could be down? No, but I was down in that direction before. It makes more sense to move on, I think. Let's avoid the enemies right here. A lot of explosives just in the water all over the place right here. That's not ideal. Okay, we got through that area and there was nothing really. Let's mark these off. And keep looking to the north. Okay, there's a bunch around here. I'm just gonna put like a couple roughly in the area. Here? Yeah, looks accurate. And then like 2 up here. Some of these could potentially be in there's this whole area. The Institute of Natural Philosophy, which was kind of fucked up actually. For an area. There's a lot of weird things going on under the Hood and Fontaine. Anyway, some of these spots might actually be in there instead of just generically underwater. But for right now, we're just going to check the generically underwater spots, I think. Yeah, those are all in there. I should still head up in that direction, though, just to verify. So from that point of view, let me put a marker here. And we'll just basically swim in a sort of westward direction. Over to here, I think. And then cut back north to here. There's also 1 or 2 spots here. There's a lot I want to check up here, but let's get this stuff first. Ideally without getting in combat, because that takes away my compass temporarily, unnecessarily. Let's get protection in case I need it. Alright, we are in range to start checking stuff, and of course there's nothing here. Exploring this entire area looking for 3 to 5 needles in a haystack is not easy. I would guess that if these were anywhere, they would be like in these buildings-ish, which did have a treasure chest in it a long time ago. Seems nothing at the moment, though. Alright, nothing there either. Okay, mark all those off. We're close enough that that would have triggered too, so. I'm just sort of heading in eastish direction here. There was one to the south that I need to check on my way. I believe there was an oculi in the middle of all those fish. That was an interesting thing to get. There was a whole puzzle involved that resulted in that. And it's a little disconcerting to actually swim into the middle of that, to be honest. But it was a very cool visual effect. I have to give the developers credit for doing that, for going that far. Nothing is detecting over here either. Okay. Oh, there's a path under. I forget if that is coming out of a location or what. Should probably check that. If it's not related to the underwater area I was talking about earlier, then there might belatedly be something in there. So there's definitely nothing out here. I do remember something being down there a million years ago. It's clearly not there now. And I guess we'll check that cave out, and then it basically covers all this obvious stuff. Trying not to get into a fight with that guy. There is the region's boss fight, which we don't need to do right now. So just come on down here. And what's in here? Yeah, this is different from the Institute of Natural Philosophy that I was showing earlier. But I also spent a lot of time in this cave in particular. There were several puzzles here, so I would be very surprised if I missed a Mora box in here of all places. Yeah, definitely not there. Hey, Retzel, how's it going? All right, so that was no good. Also, I don't want to go too far north. I'm going to be outside of the region I know I'm missing a thing at. If I keep going in this direction, well, this is basically the line. No further south than here. There are a couple things over here I could check. That I didn't already pass by. A couple things around here. That's like over here. We're already in range of a thing here. There was something here, and that's sort of out of range of where I was earlier, so I suppose we should circle back and check that too. This here, two things here. That is the, okay. We can keep going a bit north from here. It's like a whole line of things in this direction. I think the limit is basically this teleport point here. That's not entirely accurate, but close enough. Something here. I feel like that might be too far, but no, that's accurate. Okay. And then like one thing here. Up here is definitely too far. There's two items up here that they would be out of range. So this will probably work for now. Well, I guess while I'm looking at the underwater map, I should also plop down a couple things over here that I wanted to check as well. There's a whole bunch in this area. That's a lot. Like another one over here. I didn't check these on my way. I was nearby, and then I cut off to the right. There's two things here. Right now, I'm specifically only checking the underwater ones, so all the ones potentially in here, I will. Ugh, I don't want to have to go back in there, but might not have a choice. Doesn't look like anything else out there. There's well, that's the boss arena. That's not relevant. That's probably good enough for now. Closest to all this is probably. Let's go here. Why did I turn in the exact direction that would make turning farther? I didn't think that through. It's a guy just hanging out. That's not a thing to bother. Oh well, too late now. No actual thing I'm looking for down there though. But there is an interactable, which is weird. Also doesn't seem to be doing anything, which is equally weird. Oh, that's okay, I remember this now. This was a semi-complicated puzzle that's basically irrelevant at this point in time. It involved a ball that you had to push into one of those two things was, or perhaps both of them were shooting a water current, and you had to activate that wall to block one of them off with specific timing. I remember that now. But there's no current coming out of either of them anymore, so no need to bother with that. Anyway, what I'm looking for out here is we're not in the right range for, or in the right area to encounter any puzzles. Right now, I'm just looking for more boxes. I am missing a single chest somewhere in the region to the west, which is probably a puzzle. Or else something would have shown up on my compass ages ago. But, but that's for the west of any of the areas I'm currently checking. That's like somewhere out here on this island. Physically on the island, more than likely. So not worth looking for now. At least not while I'm underwater in this spot. Okay, none of these were really anything. So we'll mark those off. And head up here. Check these two. Definitely very, very calming, very lovely music. I very much enjoyed swimming around in Fontaine because of this. It was easy to just vibe to this. Maybe that's up. So how much more up I could do here? Yeah, no, I think I must have that already. Okay, let's move on. Oof, all this stuff over here. I guess basically start here and then just head north-ish. Let's get this one first, then come back. Okay. How far is that? Almost in the building. Takes quite a while for your stamina underwater to come back. It's a little annoying when trying to explore. Which I can resolve. I literally have a character that will let me go faster underwater. I should switch to him, shouldn't I? Or at least not faster, but yeah, the stamina loss is significantly less when you're playing as Duvalette. Unless there is... No, that can't possibly be what I'm missing. Oh, it's just a conch. Alright, let's move on. Conch? Conch? I never actually bothered to look up how to pronounce that. I guess go down this direction. Oops. Easiest way to get out of combat, just swim to the ground. I guess. It worked that time at least. Still not getting anything good out here though. Down here. I feel like that one was probably in his pad. Okay. None of that was anything, so let me go ahead and mark all those off. All right, and going up here. Probably faster to teleport here. There's a cave here. That's spitting you out. Okay. What leads to that, though? Oh, that's the way out of the... Okay. I do need to go through that whole area, though. Once I finish all this stuff, I'll try that. Anything over here? This one's probably out here if it was here. Nothing. All right, take these off, and then we'll check these three, and then we'll go back through that entire underwater area. What? Wow. Just got ever so slightly too close. I feel like that one was probably in there. And I literally see nothing now, so... Oh, crystal flies. A lot of them. Could always use more of those. Okay, yeah. And one last thing to check, really. Probably would have been in the rocks over here somewhere. Alright, well, that's about it for the obvious underwater ones. unfortunate. It's entirely possible I still actually missed what I was going for because the Mora box is a hidden one and not one just out in the open. But I do have still all this to check. Ugh. Any more boxes that were on land here? There's a lot of more boxes that were on land here. But first, let's go down here. What's the best teleport point to get down here? I'm trying to remember. I think it might be from here. Yeah. Try and get far enough to get out of combat. There we go. And then scoot back a little bit just to pop my compass back here, the entrance-ish. Okay. Keep on going. Not much of anything out here. Okay, a couple different directions I can go from here, though. I guess we'll stay underwater first, which means I want to go this way. Actually, we're only staying underwater for like a second here. There we go. That said, as amazing as Nuvolette is, if I'm exploring above ground, I want to not be in a party with him at the moment. Nothing up here. Oh, back into the drink. Yeah, wasn't there an upstairs to the room I was just in? I'll get back up to that. I don't know that I can go there now. I kind of just dropped into the point of no return there. That's not true. I might be able to climb back up. But this will take us back around, so there's probably no point. It's not quite gonna take us back around. Well, it will, but we actually need to go the other way. Oh, dang. I always forget about this thing. It's also a little weird to be able to walk in and just walk on top of it without needing the Lumenstone Adjuvant from the chasm to clear that gunk away. Also, apologies for running around in a circle if anybody got motion sick. I didn't even think about that. Okay. Nothing popping in here. This is as high as we can go, so. Alright, let's keep going. Oh, don't care. I read that ages ago. It was very interesting lore here, but I don't care now. I'm just trying to find stuff and move on. The decor here has always been interesting to me because it is like half Fontanian and half ancient. The kind of architecture we see in Abyss regions. I just wonder how long the people of this world were straddling between those two styles. up? I don't think so. I think I have to go down. Oh no, I can't go up. Well, what's down in that case? Nothing. Well, there's something down here. A thing I seemingly interacted with already. Yeah. Okay. Two guys here that are about to not exist anymore. Guess we need to come back over here to trigger a thing. Oh, I forgot about this office. There was lore here too. Like that was the office of a pretty important character in the backstory. One of the characters who actually kind of sort of half founds, not necessarily Fontaine itself, but the several of the judicial / police movements in the city. Okay, we're back in here. I was always nervous when I came in this room because there's a lot of enemies around the sides. And it turns out these enemies will never turn on because they were deactivated and put here with their power sources removed, entirely for the purposes of research. Now there was a big guy that we fought in here, but that guy's now dead. This is a teleport point, and when I read it, I get teleported. So let's click on that later. I think the only really remaining thing to do here is just take the path out and see where it goes. Can't use my compass on an automatic trip like this. But obviously there's nothing out here to get anyway. I will go back and read that book again in a second, but it's gonna, if I remember correctly, it's gonna teleport me to a place that is not in any of the regions where I'm missing items, so. I suppose if I was controlling, I could have swum through that thing and sped this whole process up a little bit, but oops. Let me get this one at least. Okay, and now we're out through the hole here that I remembered. Conveniently by a teleport point, so they let you have a place to mark on your map and get to permanently from that point on. All right, let's go back here and just test the process out. That's probably going to take us back to, yeah, that's what I thought. Man, so many memories related to this place. This was a really great storyline that took up like an entire pasture. Like there was another quest as part of this side storyline throughout the entirety of the Fontaine story. It was a very long storyline. Where we're at now, however, is despite the map putting me back here, we're now in here, sort of, kind of. The important point being that we cleared that area out, so there's no more things to look for down there. As far as other options that I could still glance at, much of the area I just checked counts as the Court of Fontaine. But I haven't checked the Court of Fontaine proper. Oh, there's also a more box just like on the surface out here. Let me start checking the on the surface / above ground markers, of which there are not a whole ton. But because there are not a ton, they will theoretically be faster to check here. Where's the actual marker there? I'm trying to see exactly how far I need to go. And that counts. Okay. That's too far north. All right, got it. We're gonna check. Not any of this yet. For above ground stuff. There's a couple items here. I put that one on the map, and I'm gonna check that one first. So let's navigate that one. Let's have it ping at us. There was something here. One item up here. One item like in the corner. Dang. Okay. There's like 2 items out here. Yeah, this one was kind of like off the cliff. One out here. Several in this area. Like one here. I feel like some of these are way up high, like on the mountaintops. And we'll find out, I guess. Here-ish. And here-ish. One item on the beach. That's too far north. Oh, this is technically not underwater because it's on a ship. Same for one that's out here. That positioning is probably off, but it's fine. While I'm doing this, I might as well check the ones on the barrel region too, on the island. I feel like that thing cannot be classified as an island. That's a pretty huge landmass. But there's also a couple in the city itself. There's like one here-ish. That looks like here-ish. One near the center. That looks correct. Only 4 of them, okay. I remember there were several that were underground too, because there is an underground in the city as well. But I'm not looking at those maps right now, so I cannot check those. And then this one is like right here. Okay. What do we have in the barrel region? There's actually several here. One here. One up here. Somewhere around here-ish. Probably like right on that little dot on the map. Way over here. There's not a lot left actually. Let's see. There's one down here-ish. There were two in this pond. Was that the pond that I had to, let's do this. That was burning hot and I had to get rid of the steam? I can't remember for sure. Something here-ish. One over here as well. Two down here. Marks that already. There's one over here. I'm really hoping the one I'm missing is somewhere out here because he seemed like they would be a good bit easier to check. And also I know that I'm only missing one in the barrel region, so if I can... Wait, hold on. Is that actually true? Let me look at my numbers here. No, I'm missing way more than that. It's one that I'm missing in the Court of Fontaine. Which is like this area here, plus some of this water. Actually, a lot of this water. It's like this area, all this... That's all Court of Fontaine. I'm missing one more box here. Out here, I'm missing one chest and anywhere from 3 to 5 more boxes. So I'm going to be listing a lot of these. But at least the above ground ones are relatively easy to check, I guess. There's one here also. Here. Oh, hold on though. Some of this is actually that's all bellow region and not barrel. So I don't need to check any of that. Okay, let's unmark those two. I think this is it. Got that. Yeah, that looks correct. Okay, where do I want to start? That's a lot of markers I just put down. I guess here, because I did say that I was going to start there first. Why did it unnavigate? This one is on the surface of the water. Let me get in the general direction and poke my head up. I'll be very angry if this is one of the ones I'm missing. It would be too obvious. Oh. Okay, not seeing anything at the moment. This gives me hope that I didn't miss something super obvious like that. Also, don't you just love these little guys just hanging out on the buoy?
Fear not. What's a little thunder when even lightning wouldn't dare strike our path?
Just relaxing. Just like hanging out and chilling. Absolute sea dogs. I love that. Okay, obviously I got that one, so let's move on. Let's skip those. Actually, let's start with this one since well, no, hold on. I'm only missing one. And what if I get lucky and it's one of these? So I guess from that POV though, let me come to the ones to the north and start working my way south. In the bushes. That's a dig spot. Okay, that's on top of the house. Really feeling it. Hey Jeremy, how's it going? I guess I'll check this one first. I am suffering through trying to 100% this stupid game. I love it, but wow, this is tedious. I'm so close though. Okay, that one's clearly not there. Let's head back in this direction. We got one that I can apparently dig for over here. Not sure where exactly it's at. It's not out here. It's in. Oh, literally here. Okay, I see. And there's nothing to dig for there now, so got that one. I'm being very careful because the man who owns this house will scream his head off if you walk in those flowers. It's actually very annoying, but also very understandable. Okay, this one was like here, hidden within the bushes in front of the house. That doesn't look correct. I think it's talking about this one. Yeah. Nothing here. Okay, got that one. Let's go ahead up here. That one's on top of the house. I guess on this side of it. Yeah, it was sitting right there. All right, and the last one I was at here was just kill the Dendro Slime, which I've done a million times, so there's no way I don't have this one, but let's do it again anyway. Just in case. I assume they're talking about this Dendro Slime? I don't know, there's several of them here.
Gather.
Transfixed. Yeah.
Ah, it's like there's one more. Okay, yeah. Definitely had those after all. Check down here. I know for an absolute fact I have this one, but I'm gonna check anyway. We'll check this one and then we'll go southwest. Interact with a. Ooh, okay. In a. Down there, got this one. I'm gonna ignore that. For the two that were out here, we had to interact with something, and I can't remember what that something was. That something might be gone. If it's not gone, then it's over here, but it looks like it's... I don't see an interact point right now. I do vaguely remember what this was, but there's... Oh, it's talking about these guys. Okay. There's not a... Wait, that's not right. We can't steal their abilities when we're above water. I feel like I have to have gotten this already because the thing you can do doesn't seem to be here, and I think it would still be here if there were things to pick up. Or at least that's my guess. The other one was over here. In the bushes over there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to assume that I got this already, then I have no way of reactivating the trigger that was over there, so let's move on. Grab these. If they're not on like mountaintops, they'll probably be easier to get to. This one was just, oh, that was a diggable spot. There does not seem to be anything to dig here, so let me be thorough though. Let me like run a full circle around. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay. There was a puzzle chest here that you unlocked by killing every single crab on the beach. it was very mean. There's a lot of puzzles in this game that are locked behind killing every animal you see. Specifically in the newer regions. That was the thing they didn't do as much in the older regions. I think the older regions just didn't have that kind of level of interactive animals, essentially. But as soon as they added animals that you could interact with, they absolutely had to just add puzzles where you get something for killing everything. Very, very cruel. All right, I don't see anything on the ship, so that was it was like right here. Probably would have been faster to teleport somewhere else and not go the long way, but oh well. Too late. We're going to that ship, I think. If I can open my map. Yeah, it looks about right. Actually, there's several ships over here. Not sure if it's this one or that smaller one. Let's go to this big one first. This one seems too big to be what I want, but yeah, no, it's the smaller one. My marker's way off. But it's definitely the one up here and not the one further down there is closer to the ship. It's like here-ish. So yeah, it's this one. And there's nothing on the ship. Okay. Actually, was this the... Yeah, had a little wheel up front. All right, in that case, let's mark those off too. So we have these to check and then the ones in the Court of Fontaine itself. Are any of these in the sky? That one's on ground. That one's also on the ground. They're all on the ground. Okay, excellent. It's the best way out there. Honestly, probably just going into the city. Hiking slightly behind. Don't have much reason to go out this way. Plot never really takes you out here. For the most part, that's on purpose because literally ever since this whole area exploded, there's still a lot of researchers out here, specifically at the new Fontaine Research Institute. But when the original Fontaine Research Institute exploded and became all these blue cubes in the sky, they purposely broke the train line heading out there, or the aqua bus. So you don't see many NPCs out in this area because there's no line to travel, essentially. Same here too. I forget the details. Like there was also a line in this way. I don't remember what the deal is with that. But currently there's only 2 actual working aqua bus lines. And this used to be a 3rd one and it got taken down. I need to drop off the cliff on this side. Okay. Comms isn't picking anything up, so more than likely I already got these, but as usual, we're gonna check specifically. There was a Usia box out here, but it's clearly not there now, so. What was the other one? There's also a box up here. It's also not there. Okay. So we got those two. We might have to go back in the city because the other two are on the other side of this mountain, which is a little tough to climb. So, yeah, let's go back up here. And run this way and drop off the other side of the building. Can't see exactly where I'm going. Let me do that. So, you see a block that was there? You were supposed to hit this to go activate it. The actual thing to activate is not there. But same deal, there was another that was inside. My marker's off here. This one was like over here. Just like the other area, there were two boxes to open using that thing. Okay, so got those two. So there's really just the four in the sea to check. And then we can go to this island. Clear that out. Once we check these four, I'll have a sneaking suspicion that the one I'm missing is very specifically underground. But that will be good to know, I suppose. That was not the right way. Is that? Wow, I had no idea you could see into the houses through these mirrors or through these windows. That's pretty impressive, actually. I've never, well, it's not as impressive that is very clearly like a PNG on the wall and not a modeled bookshelf, but whatever, I guess. I'm about to run out of stamina. I did not think that too. Okay, I'm good. We're good. I am looking for a thing is it here? Or down below, perhaps? Probably. Oh yes, behind Eugenie's store. Okay, definitely have that one. My positioning is very bad. Like I put the marker there, but the thing was actually like right here. So not even anywhere close. Level 3F of the waterway hub, okay. What's the best way to even get up there? That one's talking about my marker's off. It's like physically on this green path. Honestly, I think the best way up there might be here. And then actually climb this to get up there. Definitely not here now. Okay. Let me sort of look at my view and verify that's right. Yeah, it was here. All right, what about this one? Oh, wow. Okay. There's no way I don't have that one. I would be very angry if I missed this. Oh, right there. Oh, I forgot about Nana. There was a side quest series that involved adopting that cat, feeding the cat, and the cat would eventually take you to a drug ring or something like that. It was a very wacky storyline. And over here, this is outside. Well, it's not technically outside, but still.
The children be up to.
I can't get there from in here, though. It's the best way to that spot. Honestly, it's probably to take the aquabus back out.
Let them do as
So we'll
they
want to go
please.
all the way down here and then take the elevator all the way up and then start walking in that direction, I think. Oh, that's too high. I'm going to go to the Clementine line. So I have to hang out and then take the elevator back down. All right, after I check this one. Yeah, that's right. We literally just... Now, I could actually take the line, but I wouldn't want to hire an aquabus to take a ride, especially because the aquabuses in Fontaine have very delightful announcers on the front. Literally a tour guide. The tour guide voice acting is fantastic. I wouldn't want to hire a bus and then drop off it. That seems rude. So I'm just gonna manually hike. Seems like I already got this one. It was basically in this little area. On this side, I guess. Yeah. Alright. Now for all the ones out here. I guess I can start here. That's a pretty high spot, I think, so I can sort of float in various directions, perhaps. Yeah, I was right. Sweet. Let's start with the ones directly to the east. Oh, there's a consecrated beast out there. I wonder if I... Pretty sure I fought that thing. We'll still check them. Well, I don't actually want to fight those things right now. Let's sneak around it. Go up here. Boy, I just went from that intense music to this. I probably should not fight that with a fire character. Let's see. Let's switch to my Varesa team. Hello.
Showing you praise! Let the world come out! Quick as a flash! On! Make way for the... Oops! Look out below! It's justice o'clock! Yeah!
Okay. That was hiding this Moor box, but I don't think you technically needed to fight it. Maybe you did, actually. What is this positioning on my map? It's very hard to understand these images as people made them. I think like here-ish? If that was supposed to appear automatically after the kill, then obviously I already got it. Nothing is happening now. Okay. We must have that one. Alright, cool. Another consecrated beast out there, but the next thing I want to check, there's an electro lava turtle out there. So Varessa with all her electro butt stomping is the absolute last person I need for this. So let me go back to my Arlecchino team. Alright, and then we will float in this general direction. Ah, there we go. But I feel like I already got this Moorbox too. Yeah, the Moorbox was against the tree. You didn't need to fight this guy to get it, technically.
Laid bare. Quietly now.
It just was obviously easier to get the Moorbox if that guy was not there. But it was just there, and I clearly already have it, so... Okay. And then out here... Consecrated horned crocodile. Arlecchino's fine for this too. Rewards you a variable amount of Mora. I don't see a Mora box out here to actually fight, but presumably I got this one too.
Solidify.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Checking the other ones. What's up with this one? Oh, what are they just... Welcome to Complain the City. Anytime, we'll be waiting. Yep, I know. If I ever get bored in Mercy Village, I'll come and meet you all in the city. Speaking of which, the sea breeze has been pretty strong lately. I always find my neck rather cold. I should sew a scarf for myself. What do you think of a black scarf? The sea at night is pitch dark too. We Melosines find it really peaceful. That sounds great, but if it were me, I'd pick blue to go with the clothes. But it's your scarf, of course. You can decide for yourself, Lusa. I don't remember these two at all. They must be tied to some kind of side quest I did. In the meantime, what I'm actually here to check was you picked up that block to open up something that was against a cliff here, which means I should look thoroughly, because if this was a Moorbox inside something, then oh, I don't need to look that thoroughly. It was like, is that right? Trying to get my positioning exactly right here. Oh, they're showing it from down here. Okay. That was where you picked it up, and this was where the thing was at. Okay, so we're good there. What else do we have? Pin-wise, I think I took everything out that was there. Yeah, okay. So it's just like all this stuff down here. This one was an obvious Usia block out in the open. And you can physically see that there's nothing there, so obviously I have that one. Couple out there. The two in the pond, that's right. Yes, I was right on my guess earlier. Those two were only accessible after a long side quest that made this pond not absolutely burning hot. If you tried to fall into the pond before that point, you would literally just instantly die. And there were 2 more boxes on top just to tempt you. They're not there now though, so let's mark those off. Come back here. This. Was a sweet flower out here? Oh.
Transfixed.
That was it. That was the one I was missing. Have I gotten all the sweet flowers? Because there were several. There were more than I was expecting. Yeah, I did. But the important thing was that I was only missing... Wait, no. I had that wrong. I'm missing 1 more box in the Court of Fontaine. I keep forgetting that. I'm missing 1 chest and an unknown number of more boxes in the Barrel region, so I'm not done. I was excited for nothing. Let's keep going. At least I did find 1 thing. And that's actually helpful because in about 30 minutes, the Battle Chronicle on Hoyo Labs website will update to tell me what my actual percentage is now. And I will want to check that again to give me a better grasp of what I'm still missing. I know it's 1 chest, for absolutely sure. But perhaps that was the only more box I was missing, so. That will let me narrow things down a little further, if nothing else. That's just out in an Nemosia block out in the open. Let's go look. It's probably safe to assume that any example of a Moorbox that was just in one of these Nemosia cases, I've probably gotten. And yeah, I see no such case here right now. Yep, this one's good. But stuff that involved more tricky things like that Whopper flower, there's every possibility that that's stuff that I'm missing. Oh, there's another one. This is also another plant one. These 2 were just out in the open. This one was another Nemosia case. Let's go to that one last, I guess.
Damn, son,
Oh.
where'd you find this?
What's good, Drum Ultima? Hey, thank you for the raid. Welcome everybody. You are raiding me. This is like the first time you've ever gotten a chance to raid me instead of me raiding you. This is I'm very proud of you, Doug. Thank you. Thank you for the raid, everybody. I appreciate you all. My name is Arrow. You've probably seen me in Drum Ultima stream. Oh God. Hold that thought. I'm like stuck on the edge of this thing too. Oh, I'm getting shot from below. Oh, okay. Let's get this thing too. I literally targeted everything. This is bad. It's not bad. It's fine. Let's get this guy. Oh, that's a lot of AoE. It's fine. Everything's fine. Because I fought that guy up top and I dropped to the sky, he went into air mode. And I can't really get him down, so I kind of just gotta wait this out. This is very annoying. That couldn't be the worst possible timing. I guess we'll just relax. Oh, nice. Okay, now I can concentrate. Hi, everybody. Like I was saying, my name is Arrow. I am technically a musician. I haven't played music myself in like a billion years, but I am okay on saxophone. I did a lot of electronic stuff, primarily with MIDI files, way back in the day. I am a staff member on OC Remix and do a couple things with that site. Oh hell, another guy. Just too many guys out here. So even though I don't do stuff with music myself, though, I do. I hang out a lot with musicians, but also I do stuff where I can to help those folks out. So stuff like streaming their sets at VGM Con or other conventions, that kind of thing. That's where I try to help out in the community, where I cannot, from having played music in ages ago. Thank you, MKF. I appreciate that. I really need to get back to just practicing. My Aerophone's literally sitting next to me. It's hard to have the time when you have a life, when you're like an adult post-pandemic with a complicated job and you're just doing a million things. I'll get back to it eventually. Who knows when that will eventually actually be. Right now, I am playing Genshin Impact. I am trying to chew 100% the game because if you zoom out on the map, you see that it says that I'm 100%. That's not actually true. The true percentages of the maps are like 120, 130. There's still stuff to find in a lot of these regions, so I am going one by one on a lot of the spots on the interactive map to just check off what I'm missing, trying to find every single item so I can truly say that I 100% of this game. I'm not far off, actually, but the few things I am missing are literally onesies and twosies, and I have no idea where they could possibly be. So I'm checking everything, and it's taking a million years, but I'm having fun with it. There's not much left for me to check tonight, actually. Usually my stream end time is roughly 2 hours. I've been going for about an hour and a half. So what little I have left to check in the region of Fontaine here will probably run me about 30-ish minutes. But feel free to hang out, to chill. I appreciate you all being here. I should actually shout Doug out. That's kind of rude that I didn't even think to do that. If you were here and you were not already following Drum Ultima, you should. Doug is an absolutely fantastic percussionist. Amazing work with marimba. Does super cool stuff with the band Disco Cactus, who I believe are streaming soon. Was that this weekend? I can't remember. They're doing a stream soon. You should go also follow Disco Cactus on Twitch to check out a live show that will be happening sometime. Hopefully, if Doug is still here listening, he can give the deets on that. But this was a Nemosia block that was out here in the rubble. Okay, I have that one already, so mark that off the list. I said 30 minutes, but this is the only one left to check. It's this weekend. Okay, I thought it was soon. I didn't think it had passed by already, but good to know. I'll have to check the time for that and make sure that I don't miss it. There is one last Mora box that I can check that I think is up here. Something like a mint flower on the ground. Okay, this is one of the ones I didn't have. Oh, good.
Solidify.
I always love the electro flowers because I will just burn them alive. Easy peasy. There we go. There's one of the more boxes I was missing. All right, so there's so much more I could be missing, though. That was basically the last of the things I need to check above ground, but there's like a lot underground in all these areas. Who knows what I'm missing and where? Underground in the city too, I think, if I can get the right down here. And then there's this whole underwater section, which I looked at earlier before y'all raided. I was going through all this, couldn't find anything. I have a lot of ground to cover essentially, but I guess for now what I will try and do is check the underwater. Let's check the underground areas beneath the city. I probably have more chance of finding something down here, I think. I don't think that's actually the case. I think I've thoroughly cased this area already and that what I'm missing is not here. But I could quickly just glance to. Enjoy the underground aesthetics of fantasy magical water England / France. Genshin Impact has very interesting sources of all of its nations and what they do with them. The music is always incredible, though. I don't think there's anything. Yeah, no, there's definitely not anything down here. Okay. What else do I want to check that's not going to have me just looking on the map for 20 minutes while y'all wait and stare at me looking off in the corner? I don't think there's anything else out here that I can feasibly go look for, that I can easily go back and check. There was an area locked behind this teleport point that I checked last week. I was pretty thorough about it, and there's no map there, which makes it annoying, which is why I was thorough about it. I don't think I missed anything there. I could check all of this, but that's a pretty large spot, so I'm thinking of leaving that to a later stream. I went pretty thoroughly through here, so I think we're good there. I also feel like I checked this pretty thoroughly, but I didn't click each of the map markers one by one to see if any of them were puzzles versus just out in the open, so there's potentially some stuff I missed out here. But I feel like that's better done on another stream too, so I think I will hold off on that. For lack of a better option, I guess I could just start at the village and poke my way around and see what I can find. Gorgeous design too. Very wide range of everything. I wouldn't want to. I didn't mean to talk to you. Take care. I was trying to pick up this mushroom. Let me just go on past there. I was trying to go in here. And there's not really anything down there, I don't think. Just gonna scoot up here. And go down into the area that did not have as nice music. We're in a dangerous area, essentially. Well, the music isn't horribly intense yet or anything. Definitely did everything to do with these puzzles. There's still interactables here, so I can't be sure that I didn't miss everything, but I feel pretty confident assuming that we're good here. So let me move on. I'm gonna take this warp point. Where does this lead again? Oh yeah, okay. There's not really anything up here either, though. I think all we had back here was actually just some enemies to fight. This isn't even the route I want to take. I think trying here, perhaps. Yeah, this is what I had in mind, actually. I want to go all the way down here and into the drink. And let's grab a guy on our way, so I have something to protect myself with in case I get attacked underwater. Genshin in the Fontaine region, one of the few games that has underwater anything, combat, traversal, that doesn't make me angry. It's actually like okay to explore. It's still a little finicky, but it's a better implementation of underwater gameplay than you will find in a lot of games. In pretty much any game I've played that's not just the entire game is underwater, obviously games like that, they think about that kind of thing way more thoroughly and usually do a pretty good job. For a game like this where the underwater aspects were only temporary, they also did a pretty good job. Do I want to go... Oh, I need to go this way anyway. Actually, did I need to go up or down? I'm trying to remember exactly where I'm at. Oh, I need to keep going. Okay. I had the right idea. I'm not there yet. So I'm not taking the long trip. And it's here. And it's straight up. And I think we're actually back where we started. From another route. Yep. Okay, and we already knew there was something here. Okay, that was all I could realistically check. There's a lot more here, but that's gonna require digging into the interactive map. Okay, I think that's probably honestly a good place to end it. Off stream, I will put some more dots down and find some more places to check later. We did make some progress though. We actually got 2 more boxes, which is great. At the moment, I'm still missing 1 chest out in this area, and a couple of more boxes between this area and this area. So that's what I'm gonna keep on working on next week, I think. We're done with Nalan. As far as other areas to do stuff in, I have a single chest that I'm missing somewhere out here, a single chest somewhere in this desert, and a single chest somewhere in this desert. I'm not looking forward to going back through all this desert to find 2 chests. Those are such massive areas, and I have no idea what the chests I'm missing could possibly be located in, where they are, which ones. I gotta do it eventually, so I guess I'll work on that. I'm also missing a chest somewhere in the chasm, and I don't know if that's above ground or underground. So long story short, I got a lot to check, but I think I can work on that next stream. I'll make some progress next time at least. All right, so yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end it. That's a good spot to end at. Let me go see who is live right now that I can take you all to. While I'm looking at that, feel free to take a gander at my schedule. I usually don't use my Nightbot command for socials, but I should. You can follow me in those locations. When I go live, I will post about it on Blue Sky. I forget what the terminology is for Blue Sky. I don't like Skeet. I think that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. But I will post when I go live, and here's the schedule for this week. I'll be back on Thursday. In the meantime, let's see who is doing something right now. I see all the usuals. I feel like the usuals are tired of me rating them, so let's keep going down the list. See who else is live at the moment. Oh, Two Interests is live. Let's see. See Twiley, see Captain Krabs. Let's raid Toontress. I haven't been there in a while. I think that would be fun. So Toontress is a fellow staff member at Zeldathon. They handle a lot of they're basically in charge of the team that handles the artwork, the design of each of our various marathons, and Toon is super fun to hang out with. So I think you're gonna enjoy it. It's a Mario Kart stream over there. I would join in if I had a Switch 2. I still don't. That's on the bucket list for eventually. But in the meantime, we can just go watch. If you have a Switch 2, you could probably feel free to hop in a game or two. So we're going to raid Toontress here. I'm going to throw on my raid commands. Feel free to copy paste either of those if you feel like you would like to blast them over there. Even if you don't, I appreciated you being here. I appreciated the raid from Jamultima. It was fantastic. Anybody who was lurking, love lurkers, appreciate you all as well. And I had a really good time, and I'm glad you all were here. So let's go ahead and take us out. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening. Take care, drink some water, hydrate, stretch, and have a good rest of your night. Later, everybody.